Welcome to the You Can Be Unstoppable podcast. My name is Ewelina Szczeblewska, your host and certified hypnotherapist. In this podcast, I will share with you how to tap into the power of your subconscious mind. I intend to share with you how learning how to use the power of your subconscious mind can help you to create a successful and abundant life with ease, how to connect with yourself while fostering a healthy relationship with your body and mind. Tapping into the power of the subconscious mind will help you to learn how to manage your emotions, become more resilient and present in all of your relationships. Self-love and self-worth are the keys to the kingdom of success and abundance, to happy and healthy life on your terms.
Hey, how is everyone? In today's, I hope, short episode, I want to be talking about resilience because I think this is one of the characteristics that are incredibly important, especially if you run a business. And not only, resilience is really important in life, in business, when you're building your career, when life happens, and life, as my coach says. So, resilience is really important, and we can be emotionally resilient, just generally resilient, and our thought resilience, action resilience. There's so many different ways of being resilient, but what is that? Like, what does it mean to be resilient? Because I think I'm someone who's quite resilient, and I needed to think about it. What does that mean to me? And I think being resilient means the ability to bounce back whatever happens in your life. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be exactly the same, but it's the ability to cope and bounce back. It's being adaptable to life changes. It's that capacity to remain flexible. So again, is that mindset, growth mindset. It's that flexibility in thinking, feeling, and in our behavior, how we respond. So that's, are we able to change the interpretation around things that are happening in our life? So, yes, it's being flexible in thinking, feeling, behavior when we are facing disruptions in our life, when we face prolonged periods of pressure, so that we can learn and grow and emerge on the other side, stronger, wiser, and more able, more even more adaptable to life. And so that made me thinking why some people are more resilient than others. And I think that will come down to how rigid or how adaptable they are to changes, to their experiences, how flexible they are in their adaptation to what's going on. Because I think the more rigid and flexible you are, the less resilient you are. And I think people who are resilient will share some characteristics. So I think that the characteristics that shared ways of being is that a lot of people who are resilient, what they will have in common is the problem solving skills, how they analyze and how they go about dealing with problem solving. Are they setting well defined and achievable goals? Are they effective communicators? Can they regulate the emotions? How able they are to cope and manage stress. And as I think we all know, we live in a really stressful times. Are they able to build a social support network, that solid network, supportive relationships with friends, family? So, so important. Are they practicing self care? I cannot stress strongly enough how important the self care is. And it should be absolutely your top priority. And that will be your sleep hygiene, drinking plenty of water, what you eat, do you exercise regularly, do you take breaks, how is your emotional and mental well-being? So many different aspects that goes into practicing self-care. Obviously, asking for help, that's another one. Have they found the purpose and meaning in life? What are, is the work meaningful? Are they actually enjoy what they do? Do they have an adaptive outlook on life? Are they continue to work on themselves, improving and expanding that self-awareness? And are they working on creating and adapting effective coping skills and strategies? Do they work on visualization, on that self-talk, mindfulness, relaxation techniques, hypnosis, so many different aspects. So, having said all of this, do you know yourself well enough to know that you are resilient? Have you worked on yourself? Are you working on that positive self talk? Do you know uh, how you cope with challenging situations in life? Do you fall back into that victim mentality when it's like, help me, life just happened? Or do you step up to the challenge and look for creative solutions? And if you are someone who's thinking about setting up a side hustle or small business, or you've just started and you encountering challenges, are you thinking about giving up or are you keeping going? Because this is the reason why so many businesses fail. They do not have that creative resilience. And are you prepared to keep going? Faced what's happening, to work on yourself? And have you healed yourself, your past? Because that's where all the triggers are going to happen. And believe me, when you're going to start your business, so many triggers. And definitely, are you someone that is okay with slowing down to face your inner self? Because that's where the barriers to resilience will lie. So your past experiences, beliefs about yourself, that inability to think creatively about solutions, exposure to acute stress, bad habits, lack of network, inability to ask for help, people pleasing, all of this will be barriers to being resilient. To all of all of those are barriers to being resilient. Cannot talk this morning; it's a bit too early. So, are you resilient? Do you think that is something that you have? Are you able to regulate your emotions? And that, I think, is huge, absolutely massive in being resilient. So I think the takeaway for you that I want you to take is that resilience is the capacity to remain flexible, adaptable while facing life challenges. And it's not easy to explain. It's not easy to identify all the characteristics, aspects, ways of being that would definitely say this is what you need. But there's a few. Obviously, working on yourself, self talk, adaptability is some of them. So, I think resilience can be understood as the combined abilities to recover, to resist, to reconfigure following stress or adversity. Is an absolutely vital resource, can protect us from harmful effects of stress, and help us to regain that sense of control in our lives, uh, even leading to growth and positive change. And there's various techniques that you can use to develop your resilience. Some of it obviously will be asking for help, setting clear, achievable goals, learning from experts, healing your emotional resilience, working on your self awareness, developing coping strategies, healing. So, working with someone is definitely a must from my perspective, my interpretation, someone who can help you to deal with this process. So, overall, it's incredibly important to be resilient in any aspects of your life. So, if this is something you think you could do with some help around, you started business, but you are easily triggered, your emotional resilience, you don't know how to cope, how to maintain that healthy emotional response. Your self talk is questionable. Your thought process is difficult. You can't think creatively around solutions. Then get in touch. We can book a consultation and see if we are a good fit to work together.
Thank you for listening. If you found value in this podcast, I would like to ask you to leave a positive review explaining how this episode helped you to improve your life. I ask you to do this because this will help other people to improve their lives as well. Share and spread the love all around you. Raise your vibrations to improve your life. If you would like more transformational content like this, connect with me on Instagram. You can find a link in the description of this podcast, and I'll see you over in the next episode.